Welcome, everybody. It's your boy, the Versace Stoner, and I'm alongside
the Circle here.
And we're just getting our engine started as we are cruising for a Bruisin.
Just pack the bags, Versace.
You got the bags packed. We got the smoke. You got the snacks.
I ate some breakfast.
We don't have to do any pit stops. Everybody's went to the bathroom. We can hit the road and go. And where our first stop is going to take us, I do not know, Disabled Wolf. But I'm very excited for this journey. What about you?
I am super excited. We're going to go through the tough areas. We're going to go through some love, some tough talks, so many things as we gather our journey through the Bruisin.
Oh, this is going to be an insane journey. I mean, we got all sorts of great talent lined up for us. And, you know, we've been waiting for this one. This is the big one, folks. And, you know, we've done a lot of work to get this, going. You know, I reached out to a lot of, like I said, great talent. And they were nice enough to respond back. And, we really made something special here with this show. And I'm really excited for it. And I hope everybody really, really enjoys it. But, yeah.
Absolutely.
So on our stop today, Disabled Wolf, guess where we're going?
Where?
We're stopping into the Dirt City.
I heard all about that Fall River, Rhode Island place, Versace.
Yeah, it is a dangerous place. You never know what we are gonna see.
Maybe I should check the wheels before we leave.
I wouldn't even open the doors. This is, these are one of those neighborhoods that you just, windows up, doors locked. Keep your head low and mind your own business.
Something that the IWTV doesn't know how to do sometimes, Versace.
No, not at all. Not at all. But I'm going to tell you this much, like I said, there's a lot of superstars in this area, while we're cruising here for our Bruisin. I don't know if we're going to run into them. I hope we do. But sometimes even the superstars are afraid to come out here in Dirt City.
Absolute.
Oh, here's one now.
Hello?
Speaking of our stop at Dirt City, here he is, Ricky Medeiros.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Really good, you?
I'm alright, can't complain too much,
How is things going, Ricky? So, just why I have you, just, a quick little thing. Welcome to the VSW podcast. We're very happy to have you here. Been a big fan of you for a while now. Saw you tagging up in NCW with Detox and, really shining singly and proving ground. And we can delve into all that on this interview. But, again, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Oh, not a problem. Thanks for having me.
So, let's delve into it. Last night, really big moment in your career. You're now the second Proving Ground world champion.
That I am. I went one-on-one with what was supposed to be one of my best friends. But we went one-on-one, and I won my first World Heavyweight Championship. I've held tag team gold before and mid-card title, won mid-card title before. But this is my first World Heavyweight Championship, and I couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, we are very excited for you, and like I said, it was you said you're your best friends or good friends. I'm a fan of Mike too, and he's been a tremendous Proving Ground champion. But it was a good match. You won cleanly, which is great to see. I hate when titles change, in a dirty way, but this, it changed cleanly. I can't complain about it. You were the better man last.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Michael see it in that same light, but everybody else will. I mean, Me and him both left it everything that we had in the ring, and his feelings were a little hurt afterwards. I still haven't talked to him, but you know, like you said, the better man won last night.
Sometimes it happens, you know. Sometimes you got to put that aside, and who knows? He might be still a little sore. You know, the matches. It was a pretty good length match. You guys fought it out, and you know, and you all gave it your all. You know, with that saying, and you know, talking, you were saying you held other gold. You've held tag team gold. I know that. You've held mid card gold. When did you get into wrestling?
When I got into wrestling, I started backyard wrestling my junior year of my sophomore year at high school. So that was probably like 07. I was probably in a ring, but not knowing my ass from my elbow. Probably 07, 08-ish as well. That was back under the old name of Andrew Assassin. We try not to talk about those days too much. But so then I really came to the first time I wrestled consistently for RWA was probably in 09. And it's pretty much been pretty consistent since then.
RWA, you say? That was
RWA is like my real home. You know, T Phoenix is the first legitimate person. I mean, I was getting booked at shows that had no fans, and even the wrestlers didn't want to show up to. But in 09, I mean, granted, it was still before we were doing live shows, but T Phoenix was the only person at the time who was willing to give me a shot and book me.
Wow, that's great to hear.
Great to hear.
And speaking of RWA, I just saw today they're running a show coming up soon.
Yeah, August 7th at the Mount Pleasant baseball field, I believe, in New Bedford, Mass.
And how can people get tickets for this?
I'm sure there'll be tickets there. You could contact myself or T Phoenix. We do have hard tickets for sale. $10 for adults, $5 for children, 12 and under.
Wow, you can't beat that deal. I tell you, some of the ticket prices these days are like more than like Red Sox to go see a show.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if people are paying to go, I mean, get as much as you can, but at the same time, you better be bringing every name there is in the country, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, I can't complain. I mean, I paid some good prices for tickets. I'll say that, but they've all delivered. The shows have all delivered. None of them have disappointed me, which is always a good thing. It's nothing worse than overpaying and then being like, "What the hell did I just see?"
Yeah.
You know. So,
when
did you start teaming up with Jason?
So I started teaming up with Jason. I believe it was somewhere around the end of 2017. I had taken a little hiatus from wrestling. Had to fight some demons. Had to get my head straight, you know. And when I came back, it was that's honestly how we got the name Detox. Is it was supposed to be a rib on us, but it was natural, you know. Me and Jason are like real life best friends, you know. Where it's not a work, we're real life best friends. I've known him. He's probably my longest standing friend, if not the longest in the top 2 or 3. You know, so everything was organic. It didn't. They just kind of threw us together, and it really worked. And I mean, granted, he's got a broken hand now, but if he didn't, we'd still be teaming.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate. Kind of what happened in NCW, you know, with your tag gold and just having, you know, all these proxies jumping in trying to defend it. I don't get that shit. I feel bad for you all because you guys probably suffered the hardest.
Oh, without a doubt. You know, I talked to JC Marks, and Mike was already in competition. He wouldn't let me team with Mike, even though me and Mike had our own thing, had our own beef somewhere else. You know, like I said, that's one of my best friends. So even when me and him are fighting, at the end of the day, when it comes to somebody else's beef, we got each other's backs, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
so,
in all honesty, you, Mike, and Jason are pretty tight. I mean, even before that, Jason and Mike tagged a little bit under the influence. I mean, you guys all worked in the same circle. I mean, you are the Third City Murder Crew.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, we've been on that's my road crew for as long as I've been wrestling. Since we've been getting bookings like outside of 20-minute drives, those are the guys that I ride with all the time. When we take those long 6, 7, 8, 12-hour drives, it's always them. There at least them two are in the car.
Yeah, it sounds like you disabled from around the road, huh?
Absolutely. Me and you are a tag team Versace.
Exactly. But that's great to hear. You always got to have friends in the business. But with that, there does come beef sometimes. Friends fight. Whether it's in the ring, out of the ring, friends always fight. And there's no other better way to do it than just beat the piss out of each other one good time. I mean, that's what you and Mike did last night. I don't know what the future's going to hold for that friendship.
And usually best friends who hate each other put on the best matches. Ask Ciampa, Gargano, Shawn Michaels, Triple H.
They do, but at the end of the day, they become friends again. So, we'll see what happens with how this all plays out. Like you said, I haven't seen any statuses from Mike at all today. And normally I see at least one or two.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't even talked to him myself. He was a little upset. He left in a hurry. He didn't want to talk to me after the show. So I don't know how he's feeling about it, but I can say that I'm gassed up to be the champ.
Yeah, I mean, don't let his mood, ruin your party. Right now, it's your time to shine.
And that's a major accomplishment.
Like you said, you've held other titles. That's cool, but it's not a world title. It's not you're not the king of the castle, but right now you are in proving ground.
And I'm going to do everything in my power to stay there.
Are you going to be a fighting, defending champion?
Every chance, anytime somebody wants to step to the plate, I'll be there.
That is great to hear. And like I said, it's been a crazy ride for everybody. The pandemic struck probably when a lot of people were just about to take off or on their way taking off. How'd you deal with that? Everything shut off. No more shows. One day you're wrestling, the next day you're getting the phone call. We're not doing nothing.
It was literally like that. And NCW was the last show I had wrestled in 2020.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be a double shot of Friday, Saturday, and we wrestled Friday. Before the show was even over, we were already being told like, "Oh, we're not wrestling tomorrow."
Yeah. I remember I was supposed to go with you, Versace, on that Saturday.
We were, and then JC emailed me that morning, and the show's been canceled. They're not allowing any shows, and I'm like, oh man. At least we got last night in.
Yeah. So literally, we were. I can't say for certain, but I feel like the clout was on our names at that point, and all three of us. I feel like we were all going to go getting finally what we deserved, and then the world stopped, and I got real bitter for a little while. I was angry. You go from being a rock star to a nobody, and it feels like it literally did happen overnight, So it's like, what the hell, man? But so then you think about it, and it's like, well, it's eventually got to come back. So then you start working on yourself, and I've been in the gym for a few months, working on me, making sure that I could be bigger, better, and faster, and whatever I got to be for this point in time, when we did come back. And it obviously has proven that it helped,
Yeah, you definitely made some gains. I see. I mean, at least on the camera, you made some good gains. You're looking a little bit bulkier, but a little bit stronger, faster.
Yeah, I mean, and that you get what you put in. I work hard every day, and that's how you get results. You don't get nothing by sitting on your ass waiting for the next guy to do it.
No, you don't. You never will. No matter what aspect, no matter what part of life, you always have to take the initiative and go with it. Otherwise, you're just going to be sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah, and the thing is a lot of people think I'm just waiting for the motivation. You will never get motivated that way. You gotta do after the do brings the motivation. Because at this point now, if I skip a day, I feel like, oh man, I'm an asshole. You know what I'm saying? And that you got to do before the motivation can come. And then once it becomes consistent and you're doing it, and it becomes second nature, habit, you know what I mean? And then you feel bad when you're not doing it, when you're not taking care of yourself. But that's with anything, not just taking care of yourself, anything in life,
Yeah, once you stop, you stop and think about, what am I doing? How am I doing? Am I getting enough, whatever it is, rest, sleep? Am I eating right? Am I eating healthy? Am I doing exercise? What am I putting in my body? What am I doing what substance am I doing? What am I doing? If you stop and actually think about that, take it all into consideration, you can become like a better person just with a few simple changes.
Yeah, I think I read something earlier. It was something like read 30 pages a day, 10 pages a day. It's 30 books a year. $10 a day is $3,600 a year. You know what I mean? Saved. What's $10? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, just the little thing. It's little things. You know what I'm saying? People expect to. Oh well. Just one day there's going to be this radical change, but it doesn't have like little things. It's the little things that progress to the big stuff.
No, most definitely.
Absolutely with that. And I have a question for you, Ricky.
Yeah, shoot.
So, what would be one dream match you could book yourself in a feud in if you progress towards your career?
So are we talking like realistically, or are we talking like dreams? Like I can pick anybody.
You can pick anyone.
All right. So I'm a really big Undertaker mock. So if I could work the Undertaker any day of the week, I would love to work the Undertaker. But that's like the mark in me.
Kawaki versus the Dead Man.
Yeah, but
let's say realistically.
Yeah, but if I had to say realistically, there's a few people on my list. One dream match would probably be AG, especially now that he's not signed.
Yeah, he's coming back to the business.
And I've wrestled him once, but there was like a botch in the match, and still to this day it bothers me. So that I'd love to get a chance to fix that, but I don't know. There's a lot of guys. Like I would love to work Christian Casanova, or Carmelo. I don't know what I should call him. Yeah, but he's like a whole nother level of good, and fucking he can do anything. I'd love to wrestle him. There's a few people on that list. Any day of the week, I'd love to wrestle a Fox.
That's the beautiful part about the part of the country we live in. These are all possible matches.
Yeah, right.
It could happen. Come August, you might get a phone call, saying, hey, you want to face AG? If anybody can make it happen, Simon Eddy can make it happen.
Oh, yeah. If I was going to put my faith in anybody, he's who I'd put my faith in.
I mean, shit, he traveled all... I don't know what he did, but I saw him. He tracked down a box of trading cards all the way from England, found the guy's trading card. It's not even available in the country. So, I mean, like I said, anybody can make it happen. It is him.
No, yeah. You know what? Todd's a genuine good guy, or Derek is a genuine good guy, and, a lot of people kind of like shit on him a little bit because of how nice he is and stuff. But it's a lot of hard work to be nice to everybody, even when you take it, because he got screwed over quite a bit, So
we love Todd and Derek, and we always
he has a huge passion.
I appreciate his work that he puts in because he does have that level of dedication that you're not going to find really often. He is up the late hours. He is putting in the work himself. He's not hiring 100 people to put a show on. He's doing most of it. He's driving it, and he's putting it all under his own, limitation. He's putting it on his own, deadline.
Yeah, and he puts 100%, 110% into everything. Like the Proven Ground action figures, he went all out on that. He goes all out on like the editing and everything on the videos. He does a great, excellent job. He goes above and beyond for us too. Like normal bookers go around like, oh yeah, this is what's going on, blah blah blah. Like he asks us like, how do you guys feel about so and so or whatever, and you know what I mean. He cares about what the people in his locker room think, and
that's important. That's really important. Just being in the industry anyway, you want a locker room that feels like a family.
Yeah, And like I said, RWA is my home. That will forever be one of my favorite locker rooms. But aside from home, PG is another one of those locker rooms where it's you go out there and everybody, it's like a friendly competition. Everybody's out there because they want to be the best that day, you know, and fucking it drives everybody to be better. And that's the place where you have the most fun, you know, because you're going out there and you're, like I said, giving it 110%. And because you're giving it 110%, now you're motivated and you want to keep doing it.
Oh, exactly. And, you know, that motivation, that comes from within, like you were talking about. And, you know, once you get that spark, it turns into a wildfire. You can really go with it. And, you know, that's what takes people to the next level in this industry.
Yeah. You know, the hardest part is having the right set of eyeballs on you.
It is. And that's what I always tell everybody, you know, that's what I started this podcast for. You know, I started to talk with indie wrestlers so I can share the shit out of it and get people that might not listen to it actually listening to it.
And here's my goal too, Ricky, is that yeah, I've been a huge wrestling and Boston sports fan my whole life, but my whole thing is I'm trying to get it. Say if you followed the Bruins in April, I want it to be that people have an outside passion to watch their nearest local promotion like you would support your small business. That's what my long-term goal with the VSW is. Say if you live in Fall River, watch Proving Ground, buy their stream support. Say you live in Maine, give Limitless a shot. That's what I'm trying to do long-term.
Yeah, that's great, you know, and like this is the best way to do it, networking. Everybody could do something for somebody, and
exactly.
You never know
Everybody
who, you know what I mean? You never know who the next guy is going to be.
You know, I was talking to another guy yesterday. He was a long-time wrestler, and he was telling me, you know, the one thing you can do in this business is throw the ego away, because once you throw the ego away, you can make a lot of friends, and then you can make a lot of money.
Yeah, and I shared a locker room with Hernandez the other day, and he was so cool. He was like talking to us, and he was telling us about how like a lot of guys right now don't want to be helping. You know what I'm saying? They'll give you the bullshit. Oh, keep doing what you're doing, kid, and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? And he actually talked to us. You know what I'm saying? He was a really good dude, and that's what I'm saying. You talk to one person, and just maybe it's knowledge, maybe it's a connect or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But just talk to everybody, man. Talk to everybody.
Exactly, because you never know where you're gonna find somebody or something that could be your next break or whatever it is where you're meant to be in that spot. You know.
For real.
So let me ask you this. So you got, you know, you're saying, you know, you got your home, PG, NCW, of course. If you had to like venture out now, let's say pick another 3 promotions that you could be booked for, and let's get WWE, Impact, New Japan.
Nah, yeah.
Let's take, you know, 3 good promotions that are, you know, that we could work at. What would you pick?
So realistically, anywhere that'll book me. Realistically, I'm willing to take drives. Me and the boys, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's anywhere that'll book me. That doesn't even. We don't care. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to get out there right now. It doesn't like anybody who's willing to book the Dirt City Murder Crew with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be nice. I mean, I could see you guys back in Maine. I could see them 2 back in Maine. They were there originally early on in their careers. Even like Blister Pro might be nice for the Dirt City.
Yeah, I mean,
a few good promotions, running some pretty good shows.
I don't know if anything's been announced, so I don't want to say nothing. But there's something in the works with people around, I guess.
Yeah, like I said, I know what's just been booked through and what's out, and like I said. But if things are, you know, I don't like to share things until they're finalized, because you never know, last minute people pull and then they look like stupid idiots.
Yeah, not even just that, but you don't want to take, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, sometimes bookers don't announce people till later on, like as a wow factor, and I just don't, like, too. Yeah, you know what I mean, and I don't know what's been announced, what hasn't been announced, so I don't want to say, like, nothing, but It's funny that you brought them up.
I just bring them up because you were mentioning AG, and I saw he's in the show out that way. I have a birthday party that day. I'm going to the one in Jersey.
Oh yeah.
We've been venturing out to the New York, Jersey line, going out to like the lab and working out that way. MV Young shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only worked. I wouldn't even say it was a Beyond show, but it was like one of their like studio tapings, I guess. But it was like a wrestling seminar. It was a wrestling seminar. It was
Okay.
Brian Myers.
Yep.
And everybody who did the seminar got to wrestle a match. And it was funny, like everybody who went on early, like they were people first time training. Like one kid asked, like, "Do you have to wrestle?" It was kind of a good time. But so that's like the only time I ever like really worked for Beyond. But
Yeah,
that's
Drew runs a nice
like
show. Drew runs a great
I
show,
wouldn't-
actually.
I wouldn't even really call that working for him, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like went to a seminar.
And then got
It was-
to work the match.
Yeah, and then got to wrestle a match there. You know, so it wasn't really working for him. But
But
that's like,
But I mean, at least with the promotions that you are in right now, you know. And do you work with Reunion Wrestling?
yeah,
They're in a
Yeah,
lot
I was-
with Mac Attack.
yeah. Those are my boys.
Yeah,
I mean, we kind of had to. Oh, yeah. Never mind. Hold on. Can't talk about that.
I
Yeah.
love those guys.
Well, no, I mean, we were just talking with Tough Daddy last night, and we talked with him, and he was just telling us to check out coming Monday. You know, the next season's going to be available, season 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're looking forward to all that excitement that takes place. Season 3 was pretty wild. It was our actually introduction to Reunion Wrestling was actually season 3, and then I went back and bought the DVDs from Mac to see 1 and 2. And I fell in love with that kind of stuff. That's the kind of wrestling I like. You can see it's just for passion.
Yeah. I mean, I love those guys. They're two of the funniest dudes I've ever met.
They're fighting for the love of the sport.
With their friends, too.
Exactly.
Yeah, they go out there and they have a good time. I have a good time. Everything's always fun with them.
You know, and like I say, but they, I don't know when they're coming back live. He was Tough Daddy was going to try to figure that out, but I know Proving Ground sometime in August.
I believe it's the 21st, the Black Box.
Yep, and NCW's Big City Rumble's coming back.
Yep, I believe that's also in August.
That's also in August. We're excited for that one.
Gotta keep an eye out for gimmicks you never seen unless it's BRG.
And I mean, talk about, another opportunity, Ricky. I mean, the championship is up for grabs that night. Not the tag, but I mean, the world title's up for grabs.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Anything could happen, I guess, right?
Just gotta keep an eye out.
We'll have to see in August. I got to talk to JC Mox a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if he's already letting people draw numbers of how to get into that Rumble. He hasn't really made announcements yet about it, but I know, with this year it's going to be a little different where the title's vacant. Kind of reminds me of that 92 Rumble where, Flair picked up the victory and walked out champion.
That'd be nice, right? Winning. Let's see if I can shoot for number 30, if I can even get in.
You gotta be careful. The corruption is high in that place with not only BRG, the last one, disguised himself in it so he wouldn't have to defend his house. And you got that slimy Castro in the NCW. Never know where he's gonna land.
Maybe he'll go back on vacation, hopefully.
He might. Him and, never know. He made enough money off the last couple of shows to probably go retire.
Boy, would I be a lucky man if he retired. Shay got beat up because of him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He's been causing trouble all through the NCW.
Especially with Lumberjake, too.
Lumberjake Shay. He's been playing them all, though. He plays them all against each other.
And Steven the Turtle, he stole all his money.
Hey, I mean, can't knock the hustle. Don't hate the player, hate the game, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can't hate him, but I'm just saying, it's one thing to take someone's money, but it's another thing to get a man beat up for no reason.
Hey, I can't say I wouldn't have done the same thing in his shoes.
But cash opportunities, especially after the year we had, you got to take them while they come because there are not that many available.
Oh, yeah. I mean, some people still aren't back to work. So.
Well, they aren't. And, luckily some people were able to, make do. Some people had to suffer, unfortunately. And then, some people just reinvented themselves. And,
Yeah.
you know, made the best of the situation they could possibly make. You know, I've seen people during the pandemic that have done better during the pandemic than they ever probably did prior. And if not for it, they probably made themselves the best they could ever be.
Yeah. Look at Kellen. He's not a spring chicken anymore, you know, but he looks fucking great, dude. This pandemic, the first time I saw him after the pandemic hit, I like shit myself. He looks great. He looks great, and Kellen is also great. He's another one on that list, actually. I'd love to wrestle Kellen one-on-one.
And you got someone like Love Dog wrestling in every promotion in New England, whether it has 5 people or 500 people.
Yeah, Love Doug's a good dude too. I like Love Doug.
He's a nice guy. I'm glad to see his addition to the NCW family during behind closed doors. That's exciting. And yeah, you and Kellen would be a great matchup. That could happen maybe NCW or any of the other promotions.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, I don't see why not.
that would be a good matchup, you know, as you're starting with, you know, with, I don't know what Jason's recovery time is. I don't know what, you know, how the tag team titles will look, but I mean, while you have the opportunity, you might as well make the best of your singles.
Yeah, I mean, so I think there's still a couple more weeks before the pins even come out of his hand. So,
Yeah.
we're in the dark just as much as you are.
Exactly, and even regardless, when you guys are tagging, you're still the proven ground champion. There's gonna be people, if not already.
I got a list of people.
He's got a list, I'm sure. You know, I'm sure Derek woke up with emails, you know, already with people that want that belt from you.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are upset because they felt like I stole their opportunity, but I had something to prove, and I proved it.
And you didn't get distracted fighting in the parking lot yesterday, too.
Yeah.
I tell you, though, I'm sure AJP feels like a sap.
Probably, a little bit. I mean...
But you know what? At the end of the day, I mean, the rules are the rules.
Yeah, that's the referee's discretion. I mean...
You did what you did, but you didn't do it with any... I mean...
I didn't do it for him.
You didn't do it for him. So,
I don't care what happens to him.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's no one's fault.
No, it's his fault. Should have been smarter.
You know, once he saw you with the belt, he knows what a DQ can do in a title match. Everybody knows that you can't change the title on a DQ or a countout. It's been that way since the 70s, probably. So, I mean, once he saw you trying to go in, he should have tried to stop you if he really cared about winning that title that night.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he thought the belt was coming at him, but...
Well, you had different plans now, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, one man can only take so much.
Yeah. Well, you at your breaking point, I think, there, and, you know, you came out victorious, though, from it.
Yeah, like I said, I had something to prove, and sometimes the best thing that can... Like, pressure is the best thing for you, sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that work under pressure tremendously, you know. Look at our former quarterback, Tom Brady. The guy could play the best when he had the most to losing, you know. So
I've seen plenty of evidence of that, Versace.
You sure have. But we're just about out of time on this. But Disable, if you got one more question.
This is the final question I'm asking everyone. So, out of all the people in Cruisin for Bruisin, why should you, Ricky Medeiros, stand out from the rest of the card and potentially win the whole thing?
Because, man, look at me. I'm the man. What you talking? I'm the PG champion. I'm out here. I'm killing it every single time I'm out there. You know, it's just me, man.
Fair enough, my friend.
There we go. Thank you very much for calling in, Ricky.
Anytime, my friend.
You best get out of Dirt City. It's getting
I gotta
dark.
get the hell out of here, Versace. Yes, too.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.
All right, you two guys. See you guys later.
Bye-bye. Wow, what a great interview. I can't believe we ran into him. That's a great, you know, person to run into in the Dirt City. But we really do need to get out of here. It's getting dark. Now I have to stop. I don't really want to get out. I don't know if I can wait till the next
But
rest
hey,
area.
I could use a coffee break, Versace.
Oh, let's go get one then. I see something I think that might be a Dunkin's or a Starbucks. Maybe it has a drive-through.
Maybe a honeydew.
Well, until next time, everybody, we're on the road cruising
For
for
a
a bruisin'.
See ya.